Hello, my crazies. How is everybody doing? Let's give ourselves a thumbs up, everyone, and welcome back, YouTube. Crazy. Never thought I would do it, but this is so worth it. Truly is. It is so well worth it for me to come back on and share what I'm learning and share about what I am doing these days. So let me clean up my window a little bit and welcome you to Hazelcroft Littles on Etsy with Beauty Bubble. Or it'll be something like that. I don't know exactly. And today we're going to walk through a new feature over at StreamYard. You can have any one little thing come in your way of taking that next step. It is so odd, especially for creatives, that I know that you thought in the back of your mind, wow, what if this was to really work for me? How different my life would be if this was really to manifest itself into something that the CEO spoke of many years ago. And that is being able to earn an income to feed and fuel your family. And the amount of joy that comes out of that from the creative, that they are actually able to do that as if it's some sort of a surprise. This is not a great morning to have. And I do believe that a CEO that comes from some sort of inner strength and experience in their life deserves um, at least acknowledgement and understanding. This is how I feel about it. So that's the reality here. This is no matter what your shop is doing today, being that it is a publicly traded company, you want the stock to be healthy. You want to be able to see this trough of horror figure its way out. Maybe it does have to go to these superior lows that is sub 40 before we see a flattening and then a rise back up. You do not want to see this stock return to pre pandemic levels that are sub $10. You do not want that to happen. There I am. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo. I am not on loop. I am not an AI. And I'm not a man. Just in case you had to have that figured out in your mind. We are back this evening to work on the safari adventure. That is the persona, the safari adventurer. And remember, tomorrow we will go through and take a look at who this um, persona is. And when you are shopping for this persona, the items that you might run across on Etsy and how they perceive the safari adventure, the fullness of the safari adventure. And This might be kind of a good thing to only do the thumbnails, because by the time we get around, I'll put actually the run of show for the regular show, you can see that it's kind of stacked really against me, that at the end of the show that I'm actually building the thumbnail that requires even more tabs than the other um, segments or chapters, however you want to look at it. So, I think this is probably true for everyone trying to craft a show that you enjoy yourself. You have some sort of forward vision of where it might be able to go, and that you're free enough to be stern on yourself. Remember, you're free enough to be stern on yourself, that you will lock and load the run of show, um, because these things that are kind of top of mind will end up kind of coming back around anyway. And as you remodel it and shorten the chapters from, let's say, 15-minute to 3-minute, and you will only know how to do that for having done it. And it is nerve wracking to do this on your own. Let's just get that out straight away. If you know anyone that does this on their own, you should click into their content, give them a thumbs up, explore being a subscriber, obviously, because there's something about the tenacity that's required to do this on your own, have no viewership, be almost like you're on a adventure for yourself, and that kind of can start to feel weird, because it's like, okay, like, what do I need? I don't need to learn anything more about myself. That's a lie. You have to learn something about yourself, and oh boy, have I had people tell me about myself. So I just want to say more about that. Doing it on your own is really quite unique and oddly wonderful. So this was the runner show today. You can see that the thumbnail creation is towards the end, and I just had to say, listen, we just have to come back and do this a little bit later this evening. It is just not going to work that way. So let's take this down. And I want to kind of show you some of the cool things that I did, if I can, because they're in my photo folder actually. So let me, because I can indulge you. I'm going to show you the different. Grab these two here. I am so insanely curious about the thumbnail creator that I decided that I would start off with creating just the gray. And don't tell me, oh my goodness gracious me. Okay. And by doing that, of course, I went into the thumbnail creator, and let me see if I can get my branding back on here. So let me grab this one and open that one. And you'll have all the black and whites right there. And this is the other one. Okay, let's bring them up on the deck. So you see the default on StreamYard is not a pure black, by the way. It is an off black. I don't have the hex. I used to play with it in the very beginning days. And I think I even had it in my branding. You know what I've done here? I've done something really odd to the window. Okay, so this is the concentric circles. I think this is lovely and beautiful. This is a download. Yes, you can do this when you're in the thumbnail creator, provided that you back out of your title and you haven't gone so far that when you back out of it that you feel a pain and wince because you filled out the title and the description and it didn't come from a Word file. It just kind of started off from the top of your head. But this is such a lovely layout in that you'll notice here, let me go ahead and I'll hide it so that you can see that I've created a layout where my avatar is behind. And so when I go live, or what the idea is that you go live and you really don't have to see me. If the shorts have done their job, you kind of already sort of know what to expect, and you don't necessarily have to see my portrait. You could suspend belief for just a moment and just go with the idea that this is a faceless presentation. Beauty's working on her podcasting, and no reason for me to plunk back and forth all these different layouts that show my face, don't show my face on, face off kind of thing. So that was the theory in doing these overlays that I just think are absolutely stunning. And they match up with the overlay that I use, which is okay, you guys, I'm going to have to do something about this. So now I've just completely messed up my window and I don't know what to do about it. It's so huge. Let me see. Let's make it smaller. So I did something very odd. I expanded my window for no reason. So let me keep making it smaller, smaller, smaller. Go all the way over. Not funny. There's some things that I want smaller and some things that I want bigger. Today, I do not need that window to look like that. The dark particles, which is this one here, is how we open up the show, as a matter of fact, is my absolute favorite because I'm just, I really enjoy. Let me make sure that I can get to it now. Oh, what's wrong with me? There's a dark particles show. Oh, I have to go here. So I'm behind the dark particles right now. This is the way that I have it, and this is the way that I prefer to start the show, that you just have to see the dark particles. And if I can carry that through with the entire aesthetic of the show, then, I'm going to be really happy with that. Because if it starts there, and then I go into the runner show, which is that ribbon, the Mobius ribbons that you're seeing a lot of, by the way, on YouTube. You'll see this, but it'll be in the multicolors. I think people really like this layout of the thumbnail. And this is a gray on gray or black on grayish, however you want to describe it. And I think it's just lovely. The gray and the font is selected from the gray inside of the ribbons. Actually, the gray, all the colors come from the dark particles. I need to correct myself on all of that. So you saw this one and you saw this one. And as other layouts come out, then I will do the same sort of thing. It's just assigning that one particular color that I've shared on previous lives, what the hex color is in order to arrive at this gray. If you were to do a color picker of your own of the dark particles, you may actually come up with a slightly different hex code, which is perfectly fine for your monitor. And so that's kind of my little hack for the week, is that you can actually create these overlays that match and are modeled. They're kind of they're a union with the other defaults that are available. Remember, we have a default called tilting tiles, and there are other ones that you can get on the StreamYard kind of back of the house, have these different animated backgrounds, which is what that's called. The dark particles is an animated background. We will test that one just quickly here so you know that I'm not messing around. So there's the dark particles, that's what it's called. And here's tilting tiles. Tilting tiles. I don't see this one out in the wild as much. The Ask StreamYard on Sunday night has the moving waves in the corners, and that's really quite nice. But the two that I downloaded were the dark particles and tilting tiles. I have many others that I use for other projects, but those are the two that I've done that are the animated background. So I'm very happy with those, and I like the little library that I've created of the run of show matches. I have these other overlays that I can use if I'm highlighting a banner. And I think that the banners come out better when you do this sort of thing, if you're switching a shot or going to the next segment. I think that this is a nice way, and probably in the editing bay, it might make it easier if you're, defining certain chapters of your broadcast. These are just ideas of mine. I don't know if that's really useful for the solo broadcaster, but it seems that it might work for me as I plunk along. Okay, let's get on the topic here. Let me go ahead and hide that. And the first thing you're going to do, especially if you're showcasing this, even if you're doing it and you're not live, you want to go ahead and open up another StreamYard window. And that's really simple. You just type in StreamYard and it will open another window for you and present. And we're going to present by screen sharing. You do not need any audio on your window. And there it is right there. Turn the audio off and share and bring the screen up. Present it right there. Add it to the stage. So we know what we're working on, and we'll keep the banner up because it will be useful. I won't have to hunt around for it. So you're in your streams and recordings, which should be exactly where you go when you type in StreamYard. It should go precisely where you go. And the very first thing that you'll see is if you are live, you'll see the current live that you're in. Above that, of course, is create, and above that is upcoming and your past streams and recordings. So we want to go to create, and this whole thing requires that you are creating a live stream. You are creating a live stream. In my situation, I'm selecting the destinations, and only one destination being YouTube. And another little hack that I do when I'm just creating the thumbnails is I'll come in here and I'll just simply type in a period in both fields, the title field and the description field, so that we can move along. As far as privacy, it is set to public, and we're scheduling it later. And this is the only way that you can. The schedule later gets you into the entire clippity of building your thumbnail. So we want to schedule this for later. And it really doesn't so much matter if you're just building the thumbnail, but obviously we know that this is for tomorrow, which is Sunday, April the 7th, and I go live at 9:55 a.m. That is the time that I've agreed that I will go live every day. And this is, you need to be aware, we're not uploading a thumbnail from your art files or a prior thumbnail that you've used, but that we are creating Create with AI. That is the thumbnail that we're doing. Before I go on, I want to make sure that we have good sound. So hold on just a moment. Yeah, we're good. And so we will go to what? Create with AI. Don't get confused. You are not creating the live stream. You are Create with AI, the thumbnail. And we go here. Love this window. This window makes me so happy. Get very familiar. You're like, well, what's up, Beauty? What's that in the middle? Well, that is the way that I titled my thumbnail. And look at that. That's where the name of your show would go. And it does require that you put something there to get started. You have different layouts. We'll go over the layouts once we switch the color out. And we have our color is, it's exciting. We're going to, because remember, we're doing the Safari Adventure, and we already figured out earlier today that we have a color called, I'm just calling it butterscotch for now. I'm going to go into the color wheel and select my color, and there is our butterscotch color. And if you do that, don't worry about it. If you click out of it, simply go back to create. Make sure that you go to live stream, go create with AI, and it will take you back to where you were. So it's a little lumpy there, but never mind. That's exactly how you can come back in. So now that we can look at the layouts, you'll notice that it's a darker butterscotch, and then it comes up here lighter on the left. You want to call it caramel, lion's mane, lots of different words, names that you could give this color, right? Because it's Safari Adventure. I don't know why I called it butterscotch. I get maybe there's a lion named Butterscotch or something. I don't know, but you'll notice that it is a gradient, dark on the right, light on the left. So you could look at it light on the left, dark on the right. That is layout the number 1. And you'll see max 2 people. 2 people can actually be situated on this layout, forced left with your title on the right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do an ellipse here so we can see how that works out when I put my pictures up. So as always, we start with Marilyn. Hi, how are you? And I'm going to do another one, which is the gradient orb. We're just going to put that there. There I go again. I don't know why I do that. I really don't. Okay, that is the 2 max layout gradient. We go to the next one. This is also a 2 max profile or picture layout. However, this is a solid butterscotch. You'll see that there is no gradient here. There's no opacity. This is completely opaque here. I think that's the right term. The text only one is going to remove all of your pictures. This is a great place to start so that you have an idea of the color that you selected and what is really going on with that color. Where does it sit in the color wheel? This is a very good one to go to just to make sure that you are happy with the color. We can always go back and we can see that DF57B28. What I would love for StreamYard to do is to tell me right away where this color resides on the color library here. I'd love to know that. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I guess it's just going to be one of those crazy nights, I guess. Go to the 4th layout. Now this is a 4 max, and we're going to take this all the way out. You can see already StreamYard is making these decisions as to the colors, that secondary color that it's going to use already. But because it's a maximum of 4 people, we'll go ahead and we will add, we'll add the CEO of Etsy, and we'll go ahead and we'll add Oscar Wilde. So that gives you an idea of what your 4-person or logo layout. As a matter of fact, why don't I just switch up? I'll remove the black orb and I will put the Etsy logo in here. And so that you can see. So it gives you plenty of room, taking out the background, of course. We'll cover that in just a moment. And that, look at all the room that you automatically get. It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that's with the butterscotch background. Let's go to the next one. This is the max of 2 people. And StreamYard is going to make a decision right away. And we're going to figure out what decision it's made. It's chose the number 1 and number 2, with number 2 being ahead of number 1. So we're going to move him this way and put him towards the back and Marilyn in front, or we might even want to do it just that way. But it does instruct that the first 2 of the 4 people that you have will be selected here. So you would have to, let's say we take Josh out, and then it would automatically go to Oscar Wilde. We take Oscar out, and it automatically goes to Etsy. or Etsy out, and it automatically gets us to Marilyn in that layout. Remember, this is just one person, but it's a max of 2 people, and we get that layout that way. And then the next one is that Mobius, that ribbon that we're seeing so much of. And you'll notice that, yes, this is the color that the caramel, the lion's mane, or the butterscotch that you want to give it. The opposite of that is this green. And we've already tested that in prior videos where I've given you, in fact, if you go down below the description, once we archive this, there will be 3 or 4 color sites that you can go to explore what color you're using and the opposites that you will be getting, the likelihood of opposites that you will be getting when you use a particular color. So because we're doing the adventure, we have to probably, an adventure, I think maybe we should go to the max of 4 people. This is kind of an interesting way, but I'm going to grab the second color that we have, which is that green, that 1FB459, and see what happens when we put that color in the color library. So here we go here. I'm going to take him and come back and put him here. And there we go. So it goes with the green. Remember, these are colors that came from Etsy. And we're losing a little bit of the vibrancy for having gone to the green. And we want to make sure that we're taking full advantage of all the layouts that we want. And, oh, that's new. It's because it's the green. And this is well off of the mark here. We want to stay inside of that butterscotch color, people. So I'm going to go back to the butterscotch because we need to be a little safer than that. Don't do that to me. Just lay the hex down here. Okay, I didn't want to pick it up for some reason. Butterscotch is here. Lay it down. Pick it up, and there we go. And it's gone to the blue instead of the green. And I think what we want to make sure that we do is stay within the green. I really think we should be forcing that green, which is, we got the green from here, didn't we? And the green is a little bit different. And this is a matter of how closely do I want to have the green represented. So let me take Marilyn out of the shot for just now. And remember, you do not have to have pictures of you and your guests or pictures that you've taken from the internet at all. But because we're trying to do the safari adventure, maybe what we'll do is grab an elephant. I'm going to grab an elephant. I'm going to grab an elephant. Picture of an elefante. And go to images. And we're just going to pick a picture of an elephant. And let's take a look at, I think, him. Beautiful. And we'll see what happens to him when we get the background deleted. We're just picking an elephant from the internet. And this is where you're going to see us get these pictures going. So I think you guys will have a lot of fun seeing this happen. And once again, we'll check and make sure that we are still live. Okay, yep, we're good. Okay, so we're trying to mimic the Safari persona. And you're about to see, we're going to upload a picture, upload the picture of the elephant. We're going to open it, and StreamYard is going to auto remove the background. And at that point in time, I could crop it a little bit or rotate. I'm not going to do that. We're going to save. And it will automatically come up to the screen automatically and add it to my little library of pictures that I have here. I'm going to go ahead and X out so I'm always having a clean vision here of all the things that I'm trying. So we have Marilyn, the Etsy logo, Josh, the grade orb, a oh, that's right. Just so that you guys know. Remember what I'm on the 4, the maximum of 4. I can actually add the elephant 4 times if I wanted to. So let me take out the arrow and we'll get 4 elephants up. There we go. 4. Oh, four elements too many. 3 elements. 3 elephants is good enough. And we'll put the Etsy logo in. Now that should get some people to watch, I think. Create with AI. There we go. Okay, so we need to come up with a, oh, you guys get all that, right? Except for there's one more thing we can do. We can outline. There is an offset. So I think that this is what we'll probably go with. We head over to my Gemini, and Gemini has been very helpful with me coming up with titles of our personas for YouTube. And let me see if I can find, here we go. Oh, yep. And let's go here, but this is the adventure, or the Safari Adventure. The Safari Adventure. Here we go. We're going to get a beautiful title. Unmute for just a moment. Okay, we found one that we like, and it is going to be the title, take out the period, The Safari Adventure on Etsy, Find the Perfect Explorer Gift. Now, do we really want the 3 elephants? Do we want the 2 elephants? How about an elephant on either side? How about that? 2 elephants on one side. I believe that elephant, I think that's probably a better layout. And we definitely know that Marilyn will not be working tomorrow. So Marilyn, you're out. Marilyn, you're not deleted, Marilyn. But we are not going to be using you tomorrow. I upset. Come down here and we'll put Marilyn aside. So that's where we're at. We could find another picture. The Safari Adventure. I suppose a map would be good. So let me go back over to Google Images and type in map of the world. Go images. Or how about just map of Africa? And let's find a map that looks really nice with our colors. We're going to pick this map right here. Pretty. Now this will be very interesting because StreamYard is going to remove the background of my map. So let's go ahead and add the map. And it's going to remove the background. It might be kind of weird. I did it. Just like a champ, we're going to save. And the map will immediately be saved to my little carousel of backgrounds, and it's trying to do the, well, this is interesting. So see the outline? And remember, I can't choose one outline over the other. So either the entire thing, which squares up on the right-hand side, I can't do anything about that, by the way. And I'm not going to. So I think we're good. The Safari Adventure on Etsy, find the perfect explorer gift. But remember, we also do the thumbnail and thumbnail creation. So I do have to figure out, find the perfect explorer gift and thumbnail creation. Let's see. Well, I think I'm just going to have to put it in. And remember I have 102 characters, I believe, and thumbnail creation, and just do that. And I think we're going to have to let that slide just like that. The moment that I hit apply, this is what I have. We have one more chance to upload it, which we have to do. So yeah, and there we go. There we go. All right, very cool. Get rid of my map, and we're going to apply. And remember, we have a title, but we already took the copy. The Safari Adventure on Etsy, find the perfect explorer gift. And we will keep that because we can change it when we're over on YouTube. It's still public. It's for tomorrow at 9:55 a.m. And here's my thumbnail. I'm not editing it unless I absolutely have to, but I am for certain downloading it. I am downloading it, and it is thumbnail number 20. Thumbnail number 20. If I had to go back in, this is where I would go back in, but you do not get that second chance to download. At least I haven't. It may be because I've been frantic in that I didn't download it, and then I'm like, oh no, why did I forget not to download it? So, and then what happens here? We create the live stream. We create the live stream, and it's creating and creating and creating, and we are going to view this tab, and that has us where we are now completely all set for tomorrow, and we're good to go. We'll go ahead and stop screen sharing and run over to YouTube and look at our YouTube. Go into our channel, go live, and let me make sure that I showcase it to you guys. Okay, and there I am here, and we don't want any sound coming through. And plunk it up here, and there we are right there, and we are ready to go. And I will tell you that certainly, right, we're taking a lot more time. Right, this has been 39 minutes, 40 minutes. Of course, the more that you do it, the faster you get, and the more that you understand what you want. And for a lot of people, you have a panel, you have a few things that you need to change, but really not that much. This can be done on the road. This could be done by any helper person you have. This can be done by maybe you're just not the one that ever does it, but now you have to do it, and you can have the confidence that you could put out a thumbnail as a place marker. It can be a thumbnail that you're using during the show, which, for example, we will be using. Remember, I said that it was download 20. So I go to my downloads. I go to 20, and 20 should be right here. And there he is right there. And I open him up, and he is ready to go for tomorrow. So when I'm about to go live, let me go ahead and get rid of the behind that. When I'm ready to go live and I've done my countdown, and maybe I take a little bit longer, I can have him up and ready. And so what they saw out on YouTube is the same thing as what they see when they're inside of my channel and event. So that's kind of my theory of it, that it's all very seamless. It's multi-purpose. Obviously, I have this download right now. And what I can do is take the download. In fact, that's what I'll do right now. I'm going to take it over to Twitter, aka X. I'm going to go into my pictures, ask for number 20, the most recent download, and there he is there, and I open him up there. And I'm not giving Twitter my URL for the YouTube because Elon at any time can start to ding us for sharing outside of the platform. So I don't want to do that. And I say something different. Let me see how I put this. I do tomorrow. Gift mode persona known as tomorrow's live, blah, blah, blah. Yep, that's what I do. Come over here. And let's see, let me just get all the words out here. We know it's the Safari Adventure. Gift mode persona, I do have to do some modifications because when you copy and paste the Safari Adventure, is tomorrow's live stream. We have sort of a run of show, and I take a thing there, and I take a thing there. All sorts of insertions of carriage returns, gift mode persona. The Safari Adventure is tomorrow's live stream. We have sort of a run of show, blah, 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 blah. And let's see if I can get this right. Not lined up right exactly. I don't know why. And, this is all messed up in the lineup here. I have an extra carriage return that I don't need. Okay, that'll have to suit. And then I post. There we go. And I am posted and ready to go. And that is a beautiful thing. Stop sharing. And with that, we will say goodnight to everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. This has been the thumbnail creation. The Safari Adventure is the big gift mode persona for tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun. Talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye now. Hello, my crazies. How is everybody doing? Let's give ourselves a thumbs up, everyone. And welcome back, YouTube. Crazy. Never thought I would do it. But this is so worth it. It truly is. It is so well worth it for me to come back on and share what I'm learning and share about what I am doing these days. So let me clean up my window a little bit and welcome you to Hazelcroft Littles on Etsy with Beauty Bubble. Or it'll be something like that. I don't know exactly. And today we're going to walk through a new feature over at StreamYard. Hello, my crazies. How is everybody doing? Let's give ourselves a thumbs up.